Hey, good afternoon, everyone. Running a little late with this reflection. We had a lot of things happening here in the parish. We had a couple funerals, so I didn't get a chance to do this earlier, but uh, here I am, and I wanted to say a few words today about our saint, Saint John Vianney. And let me give you a quote from him because I think it's really important. He says, "Private prayer is like straw scattered here and there. If you set it on fire, it makes a lot of little flames. But gather these straws into a bundle and light them, and you get a mighty fire rising like a column into the sky. Public prayer is like that." It's just nice to know that when we gather for Mass, public prayer, or even when we gather for the Rosary, it's not an individual moment of prayer, which is great too, but at public prayer, we gather all these little bundles of straw together and create a mighty fire rising like a column in the sky. That was John Vianney Manor. By the way, his middle name is Mary, John Mary Vianney. You know, I think most of us have a doctor that we go to, PCP, kind of a general practitioner. And then if there's something that he needs help with, he'll send us to a specialist. That's kind of true of priests. There are specialists, these order priests, like the Jesuits or the Capuchins or the Benedictines. They specialize, in education or liturgy or preaching. And then there's the general practitioners. That's us. That's the parish priests. We're in a parish under the auspices of the diocese and the bishop, and we do a little bit of everything. We don't specialize in one thing. We're not like the order priests. We're kind of the PCPs. And I mention that because John Mary Vianney, is the patron saint of the parish priests, of the priests that do a little bit of everything, kind of the church's version of the PCPs. But he was born in France in the year 1786, 10 years after the American Revolution. And he was kind of born in the midst of the French Revolution, when churches were burned or closed and priests were executed and mass was forbidden. So he grew up in his early years going to Mass in secret. He made his first communion in secret. But things lightened up, and he became a shepherd. It took care of cattle and sheep, but he always wanted to be a priest. So his local priest sent him to the seminary, but he wasn't very smart, and he couldn't master the Latin. So they made him leave. And his local priest encouraged the seminary to take him back. He said, "I know he's not that smart, but he's very, very holy." And so they took him back, and he struggled a lot, and then finally he was ordained. And the bishop then had a problem on his hands. Where are we gonna put this priest? And so it was sort of like damage control. We'll send him to this godforsaken place called Ars. Only had 230 people in it. And a lot of the people had just kind of fallen away from the faith because of the French Revolution, and so that's where he was sent. And the bishop thought, we can't do much harm there. He's not that bright. But for 41 years, he stayed in that place, and he would come every day and give a little talk in church. And but his great gift was as a confessor. He would hear confessions in the wintertime for 11 hours a day, and in the summertime, 16 hours a day. And he got to be very, very popular. People heard about him and wanted to come to Ars to see him and to go to confession. because he had this ability to read people's minds and to say the right thing. He was very wise. And so they had to put up a new stop on the train in ours because so many people wanted to go there. And you had to buy an 8-day pass because it would take you 8 days to see him because there were so many people wanted to see him. And when when at the end of his life, there are 100,000 people that went to ours every year to see him, to go to confession to him, so it's just another example of what God can do with people who are on damage control, and what He can do with people that maybe are not so smart but are very, very holy. That's the key to all priests, and it's our key to our parish priests too. That holiness is the key. So keep in your prayers today our diocese, and especially the parish priests of our diocese, because this is our day. And there's a home for retired priests in Pittsburgh, and it's called John Vianney Manor. So we keep in our prayers the priests that are there and the priests that are active in the parish. All right, you have a good day, and I'll see you next time. God bless you.